have to. Let's see it.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here to another edition of On Deck with me, Charles Prodigy Richey, and hopefully joining me here a little bit sooner. And I apologize, Riis Ruler right now. Basically, last minute play on my part, but right now we're going to be again just momentarily here. We got some exciting sports happening today. The only major question is right now we're going to begin the opening pitch here with MLB Upper Deck. And right now, things are not looking good, as we have seen recently, as ESPN insider for Major League Baseball, Jeff Passan, who's usually one of the main coverages here for ESPN and baseball as to that regard. And the sad news is, unfortunately, right now with MLB, we have 29 positive tests through Thursday, and we've also got 21 from Maryland as we looked at, as they have been one of the main culprits so far earlier this week when they concluded their first series against the Phillies. They took 2 out of 3 against them, but some of the players were feeling a little bit borderline in that game, and look what happened. A lot of people start paying the piper, as we were looking throughout the week that their games were going to be resuming until Monday. But right now, that is in serious jeopardy, because as we look at it, one of the biggest things that broke out today was that the Brewers and the Cardinals game that was supposed to take place last night and today, they have both been canceled as of right now, as we know for the moment. They're going to try to make up with a day-night doubleheader tomorrow between 1 and 4 p.m. So we'll keep everyone posted on that. I got to tell you, it's definitely disheartening to see. I know a lot of people have been very skeptic about seeing sports return in general during these times. But when we look at the overall picture, and I think a lot of people were really kind of like hammering on baseball the hardest. I mean, you look at like football and stuff. I really want to just say right now, when we look at it, I mean, more so to it than that, is that there has been no bubble environment created for baseball like the NBA has, as we look at things. And the only problem is, I mean, baseball is not that huge amount of players right there. A lot of people been kind of favoring baseball as someone who would have success as far as like making things work and keeping things in check. Obviously, that does not seem to be the case right now as we look at it. But I mean, at the moment, I mean, it's just, where do you draw the line of the sand here? And the thing is, it's not so much like when players are on the field, it is people doing stuff outside the field. How much are they practicing their social distancing and so forth? And I think that is the real scary part in all this. And right now, I mean, I got to tell you, I mean, I really felt like a team like the Chicago Cubs were doing a real good job of benefiting from the universal DH. You're going to have up to about 16 teams expanded, which might be the future of the sport going forward. But now, because everyone who is not practicing proper, self-responsibility, trying to make this thing work, and not only that, the more games you cancel, it's like, I mean, I even heard some fellow colleagues of mine too throughout the week, as we look at it through D and Davis right now. I mean, they had a couple of former friends. I mean, not former friends, excuse me. So some colleagues and stuff like say it's going to get to a point now where if you lose so many games that are being canceled, are you going to start forcing teams who are trying to still contend and be eliminated? You're going to put them in an elimination process and all that. And as we look at it, at the end of the day, yeah, that is real true stuff here. But let's just get into a more positive. Let's continue to keep on this note right now as we look at. Hold on one second. Our folks just hosting from my own room here at home right now. I also got my pet right now, so kind of keeping him closed inside here, but just let him out. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I mean, these are the things right now. And then, two, also, Keith Olbermann put down, too, breaking news. You can be followed on Twitter at Keith Olbermann, who's currently with ESPN. The Commissioner Rob Manfred, Brett Union Chief Tony Clark yesterday that the season could be ended as early as Monday. Networks who have been broadcasting MLB games have been alerted to look at possible alternate programming if this weekend should the league shut down, sources told ESPN Steve Olbermann. That's where we stand at right now. How do you guys feel about the sport in general? What do you think? Do you think right now it is pretty much like stick a fork in it? It's done right now. I mean, the thing is, it's been a lot of arguments for both sides. I mean, even if you expand rosters, are we risking more players to continue to get infected, continue to get ill? But at the same time, too, it's just what is it really worth right now at this point? And I just wanted to say anything for anything right now. It is definitely a real sad time. I mean, not just in like our health, economically, because I really went back and forth, and I went hard with a friend who I really felt like all the sports were going to find a way to survive. I mean, because of the financial risks, everything going forward, but we are not seeing that case. So let me ask you real quickly, aside from that, let's go on to like a little positive note, like I mentioned here. I think if anything right now, what has everyone been thinking here locally in Chicago of both teams with the Cubs and the White Sox? I think definitely one thing that's definitely standing out when we look at both ball clubs at this time, I mean, more so with the White Sox, will probably be the pitching is not quite there yet, up to par yet. They're only 3-4 right now, 2 games back of the Minnesota Twins. Definitely had them big wake-up call. And we look at everything that they've been able to do up to this point. I mean, they lost the first series, and then they lost the 2 games, 2 out of 3 against the Indians, which was supposed to be a 4-game series. That one got postponed. I believe that was due to inclement weather. But they're going to be playing the Royals later on today in Kansas City. White Sox, I mean, I'm hearing a lot like how some fans are really be okay. I mean, if it doesn't work out this year, they want to do this thing properly with the rebuild and their team. I mean, you got the Cubs on the other hand right now too, who basically, I mean, has done a whale of a job so far. I only think the only thing that gets me a little concerned is their bullpen. Their bullpen could still be like the biggest thing that trumps them down the way, playing some solid defense. I think if anything, I mean, the Cubs right now, they are the ones who are definitely benefiting from the universal DH. And this is a team right now who's definitely playing with an edge right now. Should the season be able to finish out, I mean, they definitely feel like right now this is like their last dance, kind of like their version of the Chicago Bulls documentary. I mean, and realistically, probably about 2 more seasons before this current group comes to an end. And I got to tell you right now, I think they're definitely in the more positive side I mean, doing fine so far with their new network, the Marquee Sports Network. I think that's been a success so far. I'm not sure how many people's got access to it, but if you guys get a chance to see it, it's got some real good programming on there. I mean, it's still got some sports highlights, some tennis, and it's even got like a little sports gambling show that's on in the mornings to check out. But I feel with the Cubs right now at this point, what they need to do right now is kind of find a way at this point. They just got to play better defensively. I think that's the only thing that's going to really stick out. I mean, in my mind, if I'm going to be watching this team throughout the year, I mean, I just really feel like that's got to be the key to this season. I mean, as far as like batting average, I mean, they are fourth in the National League and are sixth overall in batting average. Slugging percentage, they are third overall, third in the National League. And I've been doing a lot of great things so far. I mean, RBIs, they are third. I just really just think it just comes down to like pitching right now. I mean, just playing defense, excuse me. I mean, having that. And let me ask you a question. What's your confidence right now on Craig Kimbrell? What do you guys feel about him, I mean, as this season goes on? I mean, obviously, I mean, when we look at everything, he has one save opportunity back earlier this week on Monday. Almost blew a 3-run lead in the ninth inning that day. Managed to hold on by 1 run by bringing in another pitcher in that game. Then on Tuesday, they were able to pick back up in that game. And that was about it. And I just won a game yesterday against the Pirates. What is your pulse on this Cubs team right now? Do you guys feel like they got enough? Do you feel like it's any different from Joe Maddon's team at this point? What's the ultimate feel? You guys really do feel like they can make one more World Series run under new manager David Ross?
They have to. Let's see it.